Hey guys, welcome to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Anna. I am a 20-year-old Brazilian girl who lives in the US since I was 15, and I noticed that there's no video in English in this channel. And I wanted to make an environment for everyone. So for my Brazilians, you guys are going to learn English. And for my English speakers, you guys now are part of the family as well. This is my first video talking in English, so forgive me if I say anything wrong or pronounce anything wrong. It's not my first language. But anyway, welcome to my channel.
I see the whole world in your eyes.
I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about something that I lived and I experienced this past week, and it was life-changing. I know that it may sound silly, it may sound simple, but it truly changed my entire week. It truly changed the way I looked into myself, the way I was looking at God, and the way I was looking at those around me. It truly made a difference. So I wanted to share with you this experience. So this past week, I decided to drop down my screen time to more than 50% of what it used to be. I just noticed that I was so stressed. I was so anxious. I was getting angry with small things. And then I was like, let me change something small. Maybe it has something to do with that or not, but I was going to try it anyway. And it actually worked. I just believe I was getting too many information and my brain was just overloaded and my storage was full. I was not making space for the peace of the Lord to reign over me. I was not making space for the peace that is inside of me to show up, because I was just throwing things and watching and doing this and doing that. And I'm not saying that I was watching bad things. Maybe it was good things, but it was just too much, you know? And everything started as I was watching a video from a person that I really, really admire. Since I was a kid, I watched her videos. Her name is Roberta Vicente, and she was talking how we can balance our daily lives with social media and all of that. And then she showed this app, which I'm going to put it right here. I believe the name of the app is ScreenZen. ScreenZen, não sei como é que fala. ScreenZen. It basically allows you to put a limit to your daily use of social media. So the medias that I mostly use are Instagram or TikTok. You can put there how many times you are allowed to click on those apps and open it up. And every time you open it up, it asks you the question, why are you looking? Why am I looking into Instagram right now? Why am I looking into TikTok right now? Because majority of the times we unconsciously click on it because we don't have anything else to do, or just because we don't want to sit with our thoughts or with everything that is going on in our mind. So we just add more and more. And on top of that, even more. For me, I think I put like I am allowed to click on it or to open it up, because once you click, it shows up the question and you have the choice to really open the app or not. So I think I put like 8 times a day and 8 minutes every time you click. So you click, you have 8 minutes to use it. But it was amazing. And I did that for the entire week and it was good. So I recommend, but that's not the point of the video. That was just an introduction. I would like to start this video by quoting Saint Seraphim of Saviour, that once said, "Acquire inner peace and thousands around you will find their salvation." And if you relate at least a little bit with me, you may ask, how? How am I going to acquire that? I know that there is a peace that surpasses all understanding. And I know that this peace is available to me. But it feels like every time I'm getting close to it, I mess it up or something happens. And then I go back to the same place as I was before. It's just like Paul says, I do not do the good that I want to do, but the evil that I do not want to do, this I keep doing. I don't believe there is a formula or one answer to this question, how to acquire inner peace. But I do believe there are some ways that we can activate the peace that is inside of us. And one way that I found of doing that was limiting my time on social media. I am not against social media at all. I use it, I post it. I believe is a blessing whenever we use it consciously. But I also believe that whenever we don't use it consciously, we're just adding more and more and more information into our minds. And we're just not having time to sit and listen to the Lord, to be alone with the Lord, to be alone with our thoughts, to create. So I would like to bring a verse that is in 2 Corinthians, and we're going to read verse 6 to 7 that says, "For God who said, 'Let there be light in darkness,' had made this light shine in our hearts so we could know the glory of God that is seen in the face of Jesus Christ. We now have this light shining in our hearts, but we ourselves are like fragile clay jars, containing this great treasure. This makes it clear that our great power is from God, not from ourselves." And that's what I want to talk about. How we cannot let the light of entertainment be greater than the light that is within us. How we cannot let the light of entertainment make the light that is in my brother or my sister seem brighter than the light that is in me, when in reality, we all have Christ. And the light that is inside of us is Christ, and He shines in such a unique and beautiful way through each and every single one of us. How we live our days, of course, is how we live our lives. I'm sure you heard about that once as well. And I believe that more than how we live it is who we are becoming. And I want to be like Jesus. I want to be like my Creator. There's no other person I want to be like. It's unfair for me to compare my life with people on internet. It's unfair for me to look at someone else's video and be like, "Oh, I wish it was me," because it's not my reality. Let me tell you guys, majority of the things that we see through social media, they are not real. And unconsciously, you just get more and more, and you feed yourself with more and more, and you expect more and more, and you're just not satisfied with what the Lord has placed inside of you, which is a great thing. We are just fragile clay jars, but we have a great treasure inside of us, and we are not seeing it because we are constantly looking at someone else's life, or we are constantly comparing ourselves with others. And we forget about the great treasure that is inside of us. So, Stephen Covey, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Stephen Covey once said, "We achieve inner peace when our schedule aligns with our values." And I actually agree with that. Our schedules needs to align with what we believe in. I become what I worship. If I spend more time with my phone, if I spend more time looking at social media than I spend with God, I'm going to become just like what I'm looking at. And it doesn't matter if it's good, because everything on social media, it's just superficial. And I don't want something superficial. I want something real. And we can only find something real with Jesus and with community, with real people. Just again, I am not against social media, but I do believe we need to be aware with our time on it. I believe we need to be, and we need to establish boundaries. We need to establish limits. If you want to be intentional with the Lord, if we want to be intentional with the people that are around us, we need to establish boundaries. And that's just how it is. Please don't get me wrong. You can still work with this. You can still work with social media. You can still post. I am still going to be posting. But throughout our days when no one is watching, instead of just picking up our phone to consume media, why don't we sit with Jesus and talk with Him? Why don't we read a book? Why don't we read the Bible? You know, it's just some decisions. Pick what is best. Pick whatever is going to turn yourself more into Christ-likeness. Pick whatever is going to bring you closer to becoming just like Jesus. I believe that's how it is. Sometimes we say, what would Jesus do? But in reality, what would Jesus do if he was me in my position, like in my routine, in my day where I am right now? What would Jesus do? Oh, the sunset is pretty today. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this reflection on how something so small can actually change your week, can actually change who you are becoming. And I just pray that we may let the light that is inside of us shine, and we give ourselves space to feel the peace that is inside of us already, instead of just consuming and consuming and getting more and looking at more and wanting more. If we want something more, let it be Christ, and let it be him and him alone and his presence, and everything else will come. Everything else will come. But the only good thing that is inside of us is Jesus. And we need to make time for him. We need to make time to become loving people, to become a person like Jesus. And he was a loving person. He was kind and he was meek. And he invested time on people. He invested time with the Lord. And it's just so beautiful to see that, and to live and to experience that is beautiful. Is beautiful. And the same spirit that was upon Jesus is upon me, and it is upon you. So let's just be aware of that the light, the treasure is inside of us. And yeah, and let's be wise with our time. Let's be wise with our routines. Let's be wise with our schedules. And let's become like him. I believe that's it. I hope you guys understood what I said. It was really hard for me to record the whole video in English because it was hard. But I hope I passed the message. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Let me show you guys the sunset. Love you. Bye.